What's up guys? Today I am going to be covering stimulus checks that are going to be arriving this month in the month of June, and also getting you caught up on new ones being proposed on a federal level and a state level. We are hearing stimulus checks and stimulus packages. Congress is working away right now on negotiations to pass provisions, and a lot of people seem to have lost hope because we heard all these promises during the Georgia Senate runoff elections over a year ago that if they won $2,000 checks could be on the way, and here we are still waiting. They are likely going to be coming right before the midterm elections. Because Democrats are in control right now, they could like to stay in control. And they could like to incentivize voters right before they hit the polls to vote in their favor, and they want it to be fresh in their memories. Soon we had a confession from the president and from White House Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen that they can't bring prices down on food, gas, and inflation. And they're looking for something to help our America at this time because they can't bring things down. In addition to that, though, we are hearing that states are getting tired of waiting for the federal government. They are passing their old packages and, in many cases, their old checks. But what we are hearing is that 90% of people that are eligible for the state, city, and county checks are missing out because they don't know about them. Let's dive into the updates to let you know what's happening with stimulus checks, the arrival times, what's coming in June, what is being proposed, and make sure that you know about everything. The governor of Pennsylvania, Wolf, wants to send out $2,000 stimulus checks because if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Instead of just scrapping by day after day, month after month, this is what we need for our families. And if we do it right now, it's going to keep our economy strong, whether that's groceries, gas, rent, childcare, or anything else I haven't thought about. He's taking about $2 billion that's sitting in a checking account out in Harrisburg, that if we don't use it by the end of 2024, we have to send it back to Washington. Now, in addition to that, we've got word of a new one. North Carolina could pay $200 to all drivers with a state license in New Democrat. Greensboro State Senator Mike Garrett took his idea of a new gas rebate onto the public stage on Thursday. Garrett Blue and Senator Sidney Batch last week, they filed Senate Bill number 897, which they call the Gas Tax Rebate Act of 2022, to specify the state will give a $200 rebate to every licensed adult driver. Now, this is currently in proposal form, but you have a new one coming out for $200 tax rebates for drivers. Wally calls on Wine to issue a $350 rebate for Ohio adults. Ohio Democrat gubernatorial candidate Nan Wally has proposed what she calls a $350 rebate to every adult in Ohio who qualified for stimulus checks. So if you got stimulus checks on a federal level, she's saying you should be eligible for this $350 rebate. The money could come from more than $2.6 billion and another round of AARP money coming to Ohio, or the American Rescue Plan Act. Still tons of leftover money for states. She said it doesn't have to wait for elections, busting a mullet and letting them know, hey, don't wait to incentivize people right before they hit the polls. Give them the money now. They need it. There is an article that says these states will send out payments in the month of June now. Americans in 2 states and homeowners across the country could see additional pandemic relief checks this month. Now, while it remains unclear whether there might be a fourth federal level payment from the government, Maine and New Mexico residents are going to be eligible to receive stimulus checks thanks to the state governors and lawmakers who pushed for more payments in light of decades of high inflation. In Maine, the first round is $850 relief checks. They will go out this month to residents who have filed 2021 state income tax returns. As the state receives more income tax returns, the payments will roll out until the end of the year. To be eligible, individuals must have filed state income tax returns before October 31st. But they cannot be claimed as dependent on another's return and must have a federal adjusted gross income of less than $100,000 for those filing as single and $150,000 for the head of household and $200,000 for couples filing jointly. Now it is estimated that 858,000 residents will receive the stimulus checks, which will total $729.3 million in tax rebates in New Mexico and are also expected to roll out in June as well. Take a look at the stimulus measure approved by the legislature earlier this year. We will provide a refund of $250 for single filers and $500 for joint filers' second payments. Applicants for the rebate are not necessary. All New Mexico residents who file their income tax returns by May 31st will receive the payments automatically. California, Minnesota, Colorado, Kansas, Hawaii, and Pennsylvania are considering similar stimulus proposals for the residents, although more measures have not been passed into law just quite yet.